Welcome to Mornings with Michelle. I'm Michelle Foster and delighted that you chose to join me on my podcast today. We are inspiring dreams, and I am so gifted to have the amazing friends and relationships that I have join me on these podcasts, because my ultimate goal is to open your minds to the possibility and inspire your dreams for your life to fulfill everything that you want to have an extraordinary life. So welcome again. My name is Michelle Foster, and you are with us today at Mornings with Michelle. Well, good morning, friends and fam. Today's listeners will be hearing me talk about relevancy because I believe so strongly that we are seeing before us the world changing at such a rapid pace that unless we really talk to this subject, we may miss it. And what I mean by that is, are you doing the things that are going to keep you relevant in this world that we live in? Great example is a company like Kodak. Kodak was a billion-dollar brand, thousands and thousands of employees, and it became irrelevant. Why? Technology. So where are you personally? Where is the company you work for or you are? How relevant are you in the marketplace today? And just remember, as you're thinking about this, being excited about skill sets, new skill sets, is always the magic bullet, because learning new skill sets is a must, constantly growing. Personal development has to happen. And so if you get excited about it, it really makes it all flow. You know, for my first career in the corporate world in consumer packaged goods, which I'm now back in, however, in tech, I said that I burnt out after 34 years. But what burned me out was I got bored. I kept doing the same thing because the industry required the same thing over and over and over again. Now, did the industry require that, or was I just refocusing? I don't know. I think about that sometimes because the industry is still there. The brick and mortars, the drugstores, the food stores, the brokers, the manufacturing reps, the marketing services people, they all still exist. They do things differently than they did when I left the industry 14, 15 years ago. So I chose, let's just say for the sake of this conversation, to no longer find the relevancy in what I was doing in that industry. So there's really two components here. You staying relevant in the industry that you play in because you choose to, or you choose to make the industry that you play in not relevant to you anymore. See, for me, it was no longer relevant to what I wanted for my life. So I literally pivoted and went into a passion place for myself. I was still in consumable products because of the food distributorship that I did with Healthy Foods. But I went back to fitness, health, microcurrent, biomagnetic therapy, because my love for sport, my love for the human body was everything. And I was fortunate enough to get involved in tech when it was really on the cutting edge. And especially, microcurrent has become a new relevancy in the marketplace for beauty, for treatment. And I've been doing it for years and years and years and years. So I'm really on the front end of that part of what I'm now doing in technology and in microcurrent. But going back to the current condition of where you sit, being relevant in the industry that you're in, is the industry continuing to be relevant? Or are you choosing to find relevancy in somewhere else? And that's really important because I took the opportunity to reinvent myself as a really high performance exciting adventure. And it paid out. And I've done it a couple of times now. And I've done it with a lot of coaching. I've done a lot of it with personal development. But really, the number one for me was my forever learning attitude and just really my attitude in general. Moving forward, leaning in, saying yes. For years, my favorite expression was, yes is my favorite word. For years after that, my favorite line was, best day of my life. For years now, I call myself the luckiest girl in the world. And that's where I continue to draw an affirmation of excitement for the relevancy of the work that I do. So I hope this resonates with you, and I hope that you're thinking or have been thinking or think about it long before you heard this podcast, the relevancy of where you sit in the work that you do. Because it really is such a high performance, a 360 view to really look at your life's purpose in the workforce and knowing that every day you're putting momentum and moments into things that count for you and that are going to pay off for you long term. Because if you do things that are becoming irrelevant and you continue to work it harder and harder and harder, you're just going to burn out because it's not going to have the productivity or the performance that you're looking for. Such an important subject today. And I'm so happy to bring this to you. So happy week of spring break for many and just the springtime. It's a rebirthing time. So enjoy your springtime. It is that season. And thank you, as always, for your time. I know how valuable it is, and I hope that this was a very relevant conversation for you. That was my intention today. Thank you, friends. Peace out, Michelle Foster. Well, that's a wrap for today. I want to thank you for your time. It's so precious. Our time and our time freedom is everything. So I want to thank you for joining us today at Mornings with Michelle. This is Michelle Foster, and I encourage you to come visit us on Instagram at Collagen Works, WERKS, Collagen Works, because we are doing some fun things there with Instagram parties, with fun giveaways. It's all about beauty and all about fun tips. So again, go ahead and go to your Instagram and become part of our community at Collagen Works, because we have really fun Instagram parties. Looking forward to seeing you there. And always feel free to comment on the podcast, or if there's something that you would like us to talk about, please let me know your thoughts. That would be amazing. Have a super fantastic day, my friend. This is Michelle Foster from Mornings with Michelle, signing off.